Hello London, I just landed. I got so surprised because there was a huge fog and I literally didn't notice until the very last moment that we are getting close to the ground, and it's so cold here compared to Barcelona. So yeah, I didn't see anything from the plane. I think this is the biggest fog I've ever seen in my life, and I'm so excited because I have a confession to make. I've never been to London before, which is so silly. It's so convenient to get here, and therefore I'm really excited to be here. Right now I'm at Victoria Station and it's so buzzing, it's so huge. It's a railway station and the train took me here from the airport, and now I will meet with one of my friends who lives here in England, and he will spend the next 2.5 days with me. And it's so huge, I just have to figure out where he is. Now we are in Hyde Park and we just found a lot of squirrels or chipmunks. We couldn't figure out which ones are the ones, but the big gray ones, I think squirrels. And I could touch them, they were so fun, but they were really fast and they escaped, but I could make some videos of them. And we are just walking around in the city. It's really cold, but it's so beautiful. And we just arrived to Buckingham Palace. We missed the change of guards, but the guards don't wear that red thing. They wear these grey coats, and it turns out that's their winter jacket, so it's not what I was expecting. Surprise! I still couldn't get used to the fact that the cars and the buses are going on the wrong side of the road, or at least the wrong side for me, because I'm used to right side driving and here they are driving on the left, which is pretty weird. Whenever I step down on the street I look to the wrong direction, and then some car just suddenly comes from unexpected directions. I got on a double-decker and I got the best spot. I'm sitting upstairs in the front row, so I have an awesome view of the city, so it's perfect for sightseeing. You guys, do you see that green lining behind me? It's because of that. We are going to Wicked, which is one of my favorite musicals, and I wanted to see it for my whole life, and now I'm going to see it. I'm so excited about that. I know all the songs, so I will have to stay quiet and not sing it with the actresses and actors.
It's time to try defying gravity.
Good morning, guys. After yesterday's Wicked, we got so tired that we went straight home and fell asleep immediately. But today it's a new day, and now we are already in Oxford Street, which is one of the main walking streets of London, full of people and construction, so it's extremely noisy. And we are going towards the British Museum, where we will see some mummies and paintings and all other stuff that's there. And after that we will go to Soho, but right now I just want a cup of coffee. We haven't seen anything yet, but the architecture is already amazing. Just look at that ceiling and all these huge columns. So let's see some art. When I was younger, I really didn't like museums. I thought they were extremely boring, but then I figured out I can have so much fun there. So that's what I do. I react all the statues and sculptures and I'm having fun, and then it's not as boring as before. And after the museum we came to Soho, which is the hipster area in London. It has a lot of clubs and restaurants, and it's very buzzing and interesting, and pretty old buildings with modern buildings, a lot of theaters. While we were walking we ran into this Chinese neighborhood, which is full of amazing Asian restaurants, obviously. So now I have second thoughts about that fish and chips, and maybe I should get some ramen instead. While we are walking towards the water, we are now at Piccadilly Circus, which is like Times Square in New York, but this one is in London, with a lot of animated billboards which are not working right now. But it's just so cool being here. It's like being in places that I've seen many times in movies, and I've never been here before. We arrived to the Thames, and behind me is the city of London with all the big skyscrapers and modern buildings. To be honest, I really like old buildings and traditional houses and inns and everything what were inside the city center. But modern buildings with glasses and concrete and steel are much closer to my heart. So I just can't wait to go there and see all those beauties behind me. So I got this huge ass fish and we are sitting right at the water side and I'm so hungry already, so bon appetit! So after having an awesome fish and chips for lunch, we came up to the top of Tate Modern, which is a gallery or some kind of modern arts museum. But the cool thing is that we have the best view of the city. It's amazing, I'm in love with London. And now we are going back to our hotel because we are both very tired. But on our way I just saw some apartments on the other side of the river which are so beautiful and so well located. So I already know that if I will be very rich one day, I will get one of those. This bridge is so slippery. And now we're going to London's nightlife. I really want to drink some local beers and see some local clubs. I actually have one of my high school classmates who lives here and we're going out with her. One love, one heart, let's get together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning. After a crazy party night, we are back in the city and this is time to go on top of London Eye, one of the world's tallest Ferris wheel. I think it was the tallest for a couple of years, but there are taller ones in Asia now. But it's still pretty gigantic. Look at that crazy hair with these crazy glasses. We are going to a 4D experience before going up to London Eye. I think it will be something 3D actually, and the fourth dimension is probably just sparkling water and blowing air. But just the fact that I look like a crazy professor is worth it. I tried to make some recording inside, but because it was 3D and very dark, you would not enjoy it. But it was quite fun. It was totally worth that 5 minutes that we spent there. We're only halfway up and it's quite foggy, but the view is still breathtaking for me because I'm not afraid of heights, but my friend is, so he's just sitting in the middle of the cabin and he hopes that we get back very soon. Sometimes the wind blows so hard that you can feel the whole cabin moving left and right, left and right. It doesn't seem like that, but you can feel it in your stomach. I know I'm always eating, but now I got some awesome Australian burgers which are really good and I was starving. And my London trip is almost over. Now we are going to see the Tower Bridge and maybe London Tower, but I'm not sure about that because my plane is leaving in a few hours and I still have to get to the airport. But it was amazing. Crazy 3 days and I can't wait to come back. Maybe I will come back pretty soon, actually. This is really my last check-in in London this time. I'm at Tower Bridge. I didn't have time to go to London Towers, but I will probably see it the next time I'm here. And I fell in love with London. I can't wait to come back. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Until that, have fun. My youth is yours, dripping on sky, sipping waterfalls. My is yours. Run away now and forevermore.